Morning everybody, I hope you are well. So what we're going to do now is basically do our logos. Okay, I'm going to show you how to put our logos on the car. So for this it's a little bit more complicated. We're going to be using PNG images. So what I like to do before that is I like to just make sure that we are happy with the overall design of the car and where all the lines are, etc, etc. Okay, so for that we're going to go back into Iracing. We're going to get our car, we're going to paint the car. Okay, so this is what our car looks like now. I actually like that. It looks very nice from the front, looks very nice from the side, from the back, from the side. The only problem I have with this is that this goes from orange into black. This line looks wrong, so we actually have to change this piece here. I actually want to make this whole piece here orange, so the orange wraps around the back of the car. That's kind of what we are going for here. So let's go back to Gimp. Okay, I just did it quickly before we started. Okay, what you do is, this section was the section that needed to be changed. Okay, so I went to our color pick tool, I picked the right color, I went to the paintbrush and I just painted it. And that's all I did. Okay, and then I saved it. So now I am happy with the car. I love the way it looks. I've been contemplating putting a white line down there as well, but looking at the spacing on the door, I think it's actually got very nice spacing. So I think we'll just leave it at that. Okay, so now onto the decals. What you do is you can Google as many types of decals as you want. Okay, racing decals, racing stripes, sports racing, car stripes, racing stripes, car wrap. Okay, and you're going to find files like this that you can save to your hard drive. Lots and lots of different file designs that you can save to your hard drive. Okay, so if you go to my file, you can see I've actually got hundreds. I've got lines for cars, got South African flag, got sponsorship decals. Then if you go into mixed, I've got lots of different types of decals here. And this is how we get to put logos on the car. And also in a future video I'm going to show you how to design a car using these vectors. Okay, so this series is the basic series. It was just for line work. In the next series we can see how we're going to design the car using vectors and graphics. Okay, I've also got lots of little files, BMW, lots of little files and shapes and things that we can use to design our car. And yeah, unfortunately you've just got to save lots and lots of different decals, whatever types of decals you want, because that's what we're going to put on a car. So our car is predominantly black and orange, and the most famous association to a racing orange that I know is Repsol. So I actually want to put Repsol onto this car. I also want to put OKX because it's a McLaren, and maybe Google because it's a McLaren. Okay, so we'll basically be using a McLaren sponsored by OKX and Google Chrome, and then we're going to be using a Repsol fuel. Okay, so when you have downloaded and saved all of your documents, all of your sponsors, all of your vectors, okay, you can open them up in Gimp. So these are the ones we are going to use, as you can see. Okay, lots of different types here. Okay, so now we need to put these onto our car. So how do we do that? Okay, so looking at our design, I think the main thing would be what would make this look the rear wing. look really nice. Maybe a little OKX. Okay, so what are we going to do with the OKX? We are just going to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, we are going to crop it. Okay, now you press your button, edit, copy to our car, edit, paste, tools, transform tools, scale. Okay, now that can go there. Okay, now we're going to deselect it, right click on the floating section, anchor layer. Okay, we're going to do the same on the other side. Edit, paste, tools, transform, scale. We don't want to scale it to any other side, just put it on the car. Okay, deselect it, go to the floating section, anchor layer. And we're going to do the same for the back. Paste, tools, transform tools, scale. Unfortunately, to move it you need to use scale, so we're just going to put it there, deselect it, anchor layer. One more, paste, go to our layer, go to tools, transform, scale, and we're going to move it there. Okay, then we deselect it, go to anchor layer, anchor layer. Right, so now we're going to save it. Save. So that is our rear wing now finished, done. Okay, so now we need to look at how else we want to put it. Okay, what I do want to put is on the tub section. Let's go to training paints, all vehicles, McLaren. Okay, the tub section is there. I want to put a decal over there. Okay, so that is the section here, and the decal I actually want to put across there is Repsol. So because we've got a light background, I actually want a dark Repsol sticker. Okay, so what do we do here? We don't want the whole thing, we just want the wording Repsol. So we're going to, again, edit, copy, edit, paste. Okay, now we are going to be changing the size of it. Tools, transform, scale. We're going to change the size of it. So it needs to fit right at the top on our tab. Okay, we're going to deselect it, anchor layer. There we go. So now we got Repsol there. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so where else do we want to put our decals? I want to put something down here. I want to put something just above. This is why I wanted to leave this white. Between the number plate, the number, and the edge of the car. So this is going to be a dark background. So we actually need a light decal. Okay, so we're going to use this one. Again, we're going to crop it, edit, copy, edit, paste. Okay, so you see what that did? This didn't just move the writing, it moved everything. So we only want the writing, we don't want the rest. Okay, so that's not going to work. So we've got to go back, undo paste. Okay, So for what I want to do to remove this is we first have to change the color from white. So let's just make it blood red. Okay. That's not going to work either. It's actually doing the dots. Okay, so we can't actually use this, but this is how you learn things, guys. Trial and error, trial and error. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go back to this one because we know this one works fine. Okay, we're going to go edit, copy, edit, paste. Tools, transform, scale. We want it obviously smaller. Okay, just a little bit smaller. Okay, so what do we want to do after this? Now we want to rotate it. We want to put it on the line so everything looks set. So we go tools to the rotate, transform, rotate. Okay, tools, transform, scale. Now we can move it. So let's put that Repsol there. Okay, now we're going to anchor it by deselecting it. Anchor. But I really don't want it blue. I want to change the color. So we're going to go, okay, so remember we can go there. Many ways we can do this. Let's go there. We're going to use the bucket fill. And now we're going to paint the decal. Okay, edit, save. Remember, after everything we do, we have to save it. You really have to save it. Okay, right. Now we're going to do the same on the other side of the car. We're going to do edit, paste. Okay. So there's a few ways we can do this. Okay, you can either rotate it like this 180 degrees, but because we don't want it 90 or 180 degrees, we actually want it at an angle above there. Okay, we're going to leave it upside down. We're going to go to scale. Going to put it to roughly the same size as that one. That's the same size. Okay, now we're going to move it on over there. Now we're going to rotate it. Transform, rotate. Okay, we're going to deselect it. Going to right click and we're going to anchor it. Then we are okay, this one actually it's a little bit over the gap. This one starts at the gap. This one ends just before this. This one ends right at it. So this one's a little bit big. So we're going to undo what we just did. Okay, going to make it a little bit smaller. Go back to scale. Deselect it. That looks better. Anchor it. Okay, then we're going to use our bucket tool. And then we're going to save it. Okay. Right. So let's go back to our Iracing video, our Iracing car. Okay. So we've got Repsol down here, and we've got Repsol down here. Okay, so what I actually want to do is, let's go back to Gimp. I actually want to put this little ball over here and over here. Okay, now these two parts of the car, I know because I've done it many times, these two parts of the car is this over there and this over there. Okay, so how do we do this? Okay, I just want to see if I've got all the balls. Okay, do I like this one or do I like this one? I think I prefer this one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to our crop tool. We're going to crop it. Edit, copy. Edit, paste. Tools, transform, scale. Okay. Should make it a little bit bigger. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Scale. Deselect it. Anchor. Okay. And then we can go back to the other side. Edit. Paste. Okay. Now we actually want to turn it around 180 degrees. So we can go layer, transform, rotate 180 degrees, tools, transform, scale. Let's go put this little boy over there. Anchor. Okay. But now what you can see is the black around the decal is not the same as that. Okay. So what you can do is you can do a color tool, get the color of that, and then you can color in the black. Okay. Get the color tool of that. There you go. Okay, there you go. So that is what we do. That is how we do it. Okay, so now we've got the two repsols. Now we're going to save it. File, save. Do we want anything else on the car? Do we need anything else on the car? I'm just thinking. I want to put Repsol down there. So let's take the blue one again. I'm going to crop it. Edit it. Copy. Edit. Paste. Tools. Transform. Scale. I don't know, I think that's a little bit much, guys. I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to undo this, undo the transform step, undo the transform step. You can go back as many times. Okay. Undo paste. Okay, so it's gone. Okay, I don't want to do that. Okay, so what else do I want to do? I maybe want to put a little OKXE over there. Put a little OKX over there. But I actually want an OKX in black. Let's see if we can find an OKX in black. OKX PNG. Here we go. This is the one we want. Okay. This is Shutterstock. We're not going to be able to save it. It's a web file. You can't save Shutterstock, so we can hopefully copy it. We can copy the image. Okay. And where are we going to copy it to? Where are we going to copy it to? So we need to copy it to a layer here. Edit, paste. Okay, so that's not going to work. So we need to paste it somewhere else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a different background, a white background. Let's go open up a white background. Okay, let's edit, undo paste. We don't want to put that on the car. Okay, so let's go to our colors. Let's go choose a white background again, edit, paste. Right, okay, now because we pasted it, it is a floating, we need to anchor it. Okay, so now we only want this piece. Guys, I think I'm going to stop the tutorial here. I'm going to stop the tutorial here because this is using a different part of the tools. Okay, I'm going to stop it here. Guys, if you like the video series, please like and subscribe, and I'll start the next video at this exact same place. I'm really trying to expand my channel. Please like and subscribe. You can leave comments. I'll help you if I can. Have a lovely morning, guys. Cheers. Bye bye.